Have you ever wondered why disrespect hurts so much? It's a question that leads us down an intriguing path, a journey into the heart of our perceptions. In the realm of Stoic philosophy, perception is king. It's the lens through which we view and interpret the world around us, the filter that colors our experiences, and the key to our emotional responses. You see, the Stoics believed that we have ultimate control over our perceptions. It's not the events or the actions of others that can harm us, but rather our interpretation of them. As the famous Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "Men are disturbed not by things, but by the views which they take of them." Disrespect in this sense can only hurt if we allow it to, if we give it the power to penetrate our defenses and strike at our self-esteem. But what if we could change that? What if we could harness the power of perception to our advantage? The Stoics believed that we could. They taught that by focusing on our own values and self-worth rather than seeking validation from others, we could become impervious to the sting of disrespect. Our self-esteem in this context becomes a fortress, reinforced by the strength of our own convictions and the value we place on ourselves. It may seem like a daunting task, but it's a journey worth embarking on. For as we navigate the tumultuous seas of life, our perception is our compass, guiding us through the storm. It's a tool, a weapon, and a shield all rolled into one, granting us the ability to transform our experiences, to reshape our world, and to redefine our reality. So the next time you encounter disrespect, remember the power of perception. Remember that you have control over how you interpret the actions of others. Remember that your self-worth is not dependent on the opinions of others, but on your own values and convictions. And remember that the sting of disrespect can only hurt if you let it. When we master our perceptions, we become impervious to the sting of disrespect. What if you could be immune to the bitter pill of disrespect? Imagine a world where your peace of mind is unshakable, no matter the slights or insults that come your way. This isn't just a fantasy, it's a reality that can be achieved through the Stoic practice of indifference. Now, when I say indifference, I don't mean a cold, heartless disregard for others, far from it. Indifference in the Stoic sense is about distinguishing between what we can control and what we can't, and choosing not to let the latter disturb our tranquility. So, what falls into the realm of things we can't control? Other people's opinions and actions, for starters. Yes, that includes the disrespectful ones. Stoicism teaches us that these are external, indifferent things as they are outside our control. You can't change someone's opinion of you, just as you can't control the weather, and just as you wouldn't let a rainy day ruin your mood. You shouldn't let someone's disrespect disturb your peace. Being indifferent to disrespect doesn't mean accepting or condoning it. Instead, it's about not allowing it to affect you. It's about understanding that the person disrespecting you is revealing more about their character than they are about yours. After all, we are not responsible for what others think or do, but we are responsible for how we react. This is not a call to passivity, but a call to focus. By being indifferent to disrespect, we free up mental and emotional energy that can be used for more constructive things like pursuing our own growth and happiness. We focus on what truly matters, on what we can control, and let go of the rest. Indifference, then, is a powerful tool. It's the shield that protects us from the arrows of disrespect, the fortress that keeps our peace of mind intact. It's the quiet strength that allows us to stand tall in the face of adversity, to remain calm amid the storm. Remember, indifference is not about being uncaring, it's about focusing on what truly matters. And what truly matters is your peace of mind, your growth, and your happiness. Everything else is just noise. Can virtue be our shield against disrespect? It's a thought-provoking question, isn't it? The Stoics would have a resounding answer to that, a strong, unwavering yes. In the realm of Stoic philosophy, virtue is held high above all else. It's seen as the ultimate good, the North Star that guides our actions, our decisions, and indeed our very lives. But what exactly is virtue? In its simplest form, it's the embodiment of qualities such as wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. It's about living a life of integrity, honesty, and respect for others. Now, you might wonder, how can this shield me from disrespect? Here's the fascinating part. When we live by our virtues, we create a fortress of inner peace and strength. This fortress is not built with bricks and mortar, but with actions and decisions that align with our virtues. It's a place where disrespect cannot penetrate, for it's built on the solid foundation of self-respect and self-belief. Imagine, for a moment, that you're faced with a situation of disrespect. It's easy to feel attacked, to let anger bubble up and to react impulsively. But what if instead you turn to your virtues? What if you chose wisdom over anger, courage over fear, justice over revenge, and temperance over impulsiveness? In doing so, you'd create a buffer between yourself and the insult. You'd rise above the negativity, remaining unscathed and resilient. This is the power of virtue. This is the strength that comes from living authentically, from being true to oneself, from choosing the path of wisdom and courage over the easy road of reaction and retaliation. And so, when faced with disrespect, remember the Stoics' shield of virtue. Remember that your true strength lies not in how you react to disrespect, but in how you choose to live your life. Remember that the power to remain unscathed, to rise above negativity, lies within you. In the face of disrespect, let your virtues guide you and be your strength. What if the key to dealing with disrespect was not in reacting, but in responding? This question introduces us to the fourth Stoic principle in managing disrespect: the wisdom of responding, not reacting. You see, there is a subtle yet profound difference between reacting and responding. When we react, we typically do so without thought. It's an immediate, knee-jerk response, often driven by raw emotion rather than rationality. On the other hand, when we respond, we take a moment. We pause, we think, we consider the situation, and then we respond in a measured, thoughtful manner. The Stoics believed in the power of the mind over the whims of emotion. They taught that our judgments and our responses should be guided by reason, not by impulsive feelings. Stoicism encourages us to take a step back when faced with disrespect, to resist the urge to react instantly, and instead take the time to respond thoughtfully. This approach serves two crucial purposes. Firstly, it prevents the escalation of conflict. By not reacting impulsively, we avoid saying or doing something that might fuel the fire of disrespect. We maintain a calm demeanor, and this can often help to diffuse tension and mitigate confrontation. Secondly, and perhaps more importantly, this approach helps us maintain our personal tranquility. By choosing to respond rather than react, we retain control over our emotions. We don't allow the disrespect of others to disturb our inner peace. We don't give others the power to dictate our emotional state. In this sense, responding instead of reacting becomes an act of self-empowerment. It is a way of asserting our autonomy over our emotional well-being. It's about understanding that while we cannot control the actions or words of others, we can control our reactions to them. So the next time you face disrespect, remember the wisdom of the Stoics. Don't react impulsively, respond thoughtfully. Don't allow the disrespect of others to disturb your inner peace. Reacting gives power to disrespect, responding takes it away. How can a shift in perspective transform the impact of disrespect? This question leads us into the heart of the fifth Stoic way of dealing with disrespect, the practice of perspective. Now, what do we mean by perspective? In the grand scheme of things, it's about viewing situations from a broader lens. It's about stepping back and seeing the whole picture rather than focusing solely on the negative aspects. When we talk about disrespect, it's easy to take things personally. However, the Stoics encourage us to understand that everyone is a product of their own experiences and understanding. As such, when someone disrespects you, it's often more reflective of their own internal struggles than any shortcomings on your part. Think about it. People who are content, who are at peace with themselves, rarely feel the need to demean or belittle others. Disrespect is often a manifestation of a person's own insecurities and dissatisfaction. When we understand this, it becomes easier to detach ourselves from the negativity. Imagine you're looking at a painting, but you're standing so close that you can only see a single brush stroke. It might seem chaotic, random, even ugly. But take a few steps back. See the whole canvas, and suddenly that single stroke becomes part of a beautiful, cohesive piece of art. That's the power of perspective. The Stoics believed in the importance of understanding over retaliation. They taught that by shifting our perspective, we can change the way we perceive disrespect. Instead of viewing it as a personal attack, we can see it as an unfortunate expression of the other person's struggles. In essence, by adopting a broader perspective, we can transform the impact of disrespect. Rather than letting it affect our self-esteem or peace of mind, we can see it for what it truly is, a reflection of the other person's internal turmoil. With a broader perspective, disrespect becomes a reflection of the other person, not you. So the next time you face disrespect, remember to step back, widen your view, and understand that everyone acts according to their own understanding. And in doing so, you'll find that the sting of disrespect loses its venom.